Okay, hello everybody. Welcome to this evening stream. It's nice to see that the chat's nice and busy already, which is great. So keep those comments and those questions coming. This evening we're celebrating or kind of raising awareness for World Environment Day. So what we're going to be doing in this stream is kind of showing you some of the environments and things that you can make in Crayta around a kind of a quick kind of competitive litter picking game that Adam's kind of written for us. So he's going to kind of do a bit of the work on this one and talk us through what he's been doing. We're joined by the usual gang. So if you guys want to say hello.
Hi. Hello.
Hello.
Oh, and Maggie, is Maggie there?
Oh, yeah.
Oh, yeah. Maggie's there. Yeah, cool. Okay, yeah. So we've got the usual gang. We've got Sean, we've got Adam, we've got Maggie, and we're also joined this week by our art director Lucy, who has been on streams before. So I think what we're going to do first is create the game. So this time we're going to go from another one of our starter games that we haven't shown yet, which is the free for all. So it's kind of like it starts off as a shooter, but we're going to show you how you can take one of these, even though it comes with shooting mechanics, turn it into a sort of any game you want, really. So the player with the highest score will win the round, which is sort of the mechanic we want to lean on from this. Adam, what was it you were going to call this, do you think? Just litter pickers?
Yeah, litter pickers. It's not the most inventive name, but
imaginative.
Litter pickers. Cool. Okay, and then we'll find a name, an image for this one. Let's go something. Go for this one. That's quite cool. Something sort of medieval. So Lucy, you had a bit of an idea of the sort of environment itself you wanted to create. Do you want to just give us a few sort of thoughts on what that was?
Yeah, I thought we could show off some of the more medieval magic castle type props. Maybe make something with a maze and some formal gardens and a moat, and drawbridge, and that sort of thing. Thought that'd be quite fun.
Yeah. Oh, okay. So now I've got the game. I can just jump in and share it with you guys. So we've got Adam, Maggie, Lucy, Sean. Continue. So I can select all my friends here. Confirm. So just a few clicks, and then those guys are ready to now come and jump in and join me. So if I return here, we should see them join any second.
Yep.
That's always a fun part when you guys sort of start warping in.
Oops, wrong emote. Didn't mean to do that. Sorry.
Nice.
This one.
Cool. Okay. Full house. So I think the first thing we'll do is we're just going to preview. So as I say, we've started this from a starter game, which means that we've got a little bit of an environment here, this sort of flat plate with some base mechanics. So at any time now I can just press F5 and we'll jump into the sort of the play version of this game, which we can see is a simple run around with guns, shoot each other. All of the health mechanics and those sorts of things have come included with this. We get the scoreboard, all that sort of stuff. So there's several mechanics here that we want to use for this game. But as I say, we're not kind of focusing on the combat side, so we're going to strip those things out and start building this game around what we started with. So I can press F5 and we're going to go back to the editor. Excellent. So you guys feel free to run off and start building the environment as you wish. And I think what will happen is me and Adam will kind of build the game around it while you guys go off and do that together. Adam, do you want to just explain a little bit more of the premise of the game and what it is we're going to be building?
Sure. So I sort of mentioned in the chat, it's a competitive hide and seek, or maybe more like a competitive Easter egg hunt. So essentially it's going to be loosely round based, very quick round, so players can just drop in and drop out whenever they like, really. And at the start of a round, we're going to have this nice pristine, beautiful fantasy castle environment, but it's going to get filled with litter. So we're going to be making a whole set of litter pickups. And essentially the game is to try and clear up the whole castle and the grounds of it within the round timer, which I think might be around 5 minutes. And the person who collects the most litter pickups and the ones that score them the most points will be shown as the winner at the end of the round.
Oh, that sounds pretty good. I can see you guys are already making progress on the world. So all I've just done there is I've just taken a script off the player, which was telling it to sort of equip that gun at the start. So a simple removal of that script means that gun is now gone. what I'll do next is go to the community tab, which we've used several times before. So this is basically a place where players can share things that they've created. And I know another one of our starter games actually comes with a pickup scheduler. So the collectibles starter game has this mechanic in it which spawns collectibles in certain places at kind of adjustable times. So again, that kind of mechanic is perfect for this game we're trying to create. So even though this didn't come with this specific starter game, all of these things are available in this community tab. So if I just search pick, I should see here pickup scheduler is available here. So that's something I can download and install into this game. Adam, what is it you're working on first?
So the first thing I was going to do was let you put in the pickup scheduler, and I'll hook that up to the game events from the game controller entity. So on round start and on round end should trigger the pickups and then stop them.
Ooh, nice big walls just gone straight up in front of me. It's our
Whoa.
castle, I guess. Nice. Okay, what is it you're working on then, Sean? What's your kind of focus for the stream?
I'm sort of just plotting out the main areas, which ones are going to be what, and probably building up the castle. Making that look nice.
Cool. And what about you, Maggie?
Be gardening. Lucy's got this wonderful formal garden and maze sort of areas in the map, and that's what I'm gonna be doing.
Nice. And Lucy, what's your kind of main focus and plan here, you think?
I was going to help with gardening because I love the plants and the trees. I might chuck in the maze. I just started to lay out a bit of a moat area. There's a massive great cube in there, which I think is going to be castle as well. So that's
Yeah.
That's the castle.
Massive,
yeah.
huge castle. Nice.
Massive, huge castle.
Yeah.
So yeah, formal gardens and a maze.
Cool. Okay. Yeah. Well, feel free to sort of extend the sort of size of the starter play area. It doesn't have to be too confined. It'd be nice if it spreads out a little bit. Okay. So where am I up to? So we've got our pickup scheduler added. So I could probably start working on one of the pickups then, Adam, if that works for you.
Yeah, that sounds good.
Cool. Okay, so what I'll do is I'll search our mesh library for something. Rotten apple might be a bit small. Tell you what, I'm going to search the tags here. So one way we can filter the library quite nicely is to search to kind of define tags. And then the meshes will kind of only display for those specific tags. So if I search Magic Castle, that will just show me the things relevant to that. Got a jumbo potion bottle. That might be quite a... someone's left that lying around. So, okay, let's rename this to pickup. The one thing we're going to do here, and I'll get to it slightly later, is show kind of a trick of kind of having templates of templates. So you can kind of have a master template for other templates, and that way it allows you to kind of update a lot of other templates in one go. So kind of think of it as just like a normal template would be, just with a kind of a template that sits above it. So it gets a little bit in depth, but it's a really powerful way of kind of making your game scalable and editable later down the line. I know that's something you like to do quite often, Adam, isn't it?
Yeah, it is. It just gives you so much more power over using the template system. So yeah, like you said, you only have to update the root template, and it updates all the other ones, which is really, really good for having a more hierarchical template structure.
Yeah, and I guess when it comes to game development as well, that's actually quite a powerful thing, you know, that a lot of, you know, game developers would look for, is that level of kind of simplicity but also complexity, and how they can quickly, you know, make those adjustments on a large scale. Okay. So add a couple of scripts here. So we have pickup spawner script, which came with the starter game itself. So that's how we do things like gun pickups and that sort of stuff. But again, this script can be taken away from that and applied here to work for us. So we don't want these to respawn. So when they get picked up, they disappear. So we can uncheck that. A prompt message, which you may or may not be able to see here. So we'll just want to say the prompt that the players will see is to pick up and then name. We'll call this one litter. So we'll give this kind of a generic name to start with, because this is going to act as our sort of master template. So we don't want to give it a specific name to start with. So that should do there. And then I just need to add a new script, which is sort of specific to the game we're trying to create here. So I'll call this a pickup litter script. Okay, and I can open this up. So for anyone who hasn't seen this before, all of game logic in games in Crayta is written using Lua, and we use our own sort of code editor that we've developed in the editor itself. So we don't have to go to any external programs or load up anything separate. We stay in Crayta and we can load up the files here. And one benefit of that is we can take our collaboration into that side of things as well. So Adam, if you're able to open up the pickup litter script.
I am.
If you're at that point.
Pickup litter script. Hello.
Okay, cool. So here you should be able to see Adam's cursor as well as my own cursor. And actually at this point, we're able to work together in real time in the code editor, which is a really, really nice touch and a really good way of being able to kind of put code together quite quickly. So I'm going to write this property here, which will be the score you get when you pick this up. So that pickup score of type
And while
number.
you do that, I'm going to send the score to the user when they collect the pickup. And actually, you know, it would be nice if we play a little effect each time you get a pickup, so there's a bit more visual feedback as well as the audible feedback that's already on the pickup spawner script.
Yeah, sure. Okay, so I'll add that up here so we can select what that effect will be.
Mm-hmm. I think there's some kind of portal swirl or something that's quite nice. That's definitely the wrong name.
Portal swirl.
You know what I mean?
Yeah. Okay, so what I'll do is, so you should be able to see here, if I just hide these things. So just behind here, we can see that these two properties that I've defined up here, so the pickup score and the pickup effect, are actually things that now appear over in the editor. So if someone else was to come and use this script, they wouldn't have to know how to code. They wouldn't have to use this script at all. They can just drop the script in and actually get to these properties here. So they can change what the pickup's worth, and they can also pick an effect. So because I defined the type for this one as an effect asset, the editor here knows to only show me the effects assets, which are the same as the things we'd find in the library. Okay, so portal energy burst. So that's that one set up ready. Okay, so a couple more things to do just to set this up. We want to use our kind of built-in events. So I could, in that script, write things like an on-interact event. But one way, again, we've tried to make it as accessible as possible is to expose some of these things to the front end without needing to code. So if I was using a controller as a basic player, I'd be able to select this option here in basic mode on interact and assign an event to happen when a player interacts with it. So in this case, I want to kind of call the script on itself. And that will be the pickup litter script, and that will be the one that we've just written here, this collect pickup. Okay, so that's that. I think that's most of that set up now. One way we might want to make these a little bit more obvious to see in the scene is to add a light to them and have that light to kind of toggle off and on, depending on whether the player is actually looking at it. So we'll set that up and we'll show you sort of a little bit more of a kind of complex code example alongside that. The nice wizard tower goes up in the background.
Ooh, if we got the wizard tower in.
There's a stone tower with the sort of turret on top of it.
See.
I can see a drone buzzing around it. Looks quite nice.
I think I
Just
got
makes-
confused which side of the castle is forward.
You did.
It's got a back door now. I mean, that's what all defensive structures have, right?
Yeah, it's got to have a back door.
I moved
Yeah.
my garden to the front because the door was at the other side.
Oh, sorry. I wasn't sure which ones. Okay, I'm going to put the door back the other side.
Well, I started putting the gardens out the back.
Okay, right.
This is seamlessly planned.
This just reminded me that someone has already made a really nice Gothic wizard tower for us, which I've just stamped into the garden. Feel free to move it,
Oh, nice.
but that might be quite a cool one to use.
So this was
Some,
something you've grabbed from the community tab, right?
Mm-hmm. Here's one we
Eagle-eye
made earlier.
viewers will recognize this one.
It's true, yes. Actually, I think
Yeah.
this may have been featured in a couple of streams so far.
Quite nice because you can actually interact with that one.
Hmm. Yeah,
Please
no,
do
it's
move
nice.
it though.
In the middle of the pond.
Yeah.
Okay, cool. So I've got this light now that I've made kind of underneath my pickup, and I've changed its type to a spotlight. So we see here the editor actually changes to represent this spotlight. So I want to make this angle much tighter, so more like that, and then we can rotate this to be cast down right on top of the bottle here. Okay, and we just change a couple more things. So the exponent of the light, let's maybe make it a little bit brighter. We'll leave the color as it is, so it's kind of a generic white light. I think that's all
Thank you.
good.
Ooh. I was about to ask if you could move the tower, then you picked it up and chucked it somewhere else. I was like, okay.
Oh, that was me.
Oh, good.
I was just putting gargoyles on it.
That's the best thing to do.
Moving target.
I can just see that.
Decorate.
I can just see that sliding around in the background. It's cool. Okay, so now we've got our light. We need to kind of write some code and logic around getting it to do what we'd like. So let's return to our pickup litter script. And did you want to help me at all with this one, Adam, or what is it you're currently? You up to something?
Yeah, no, this is a good place.
Cool. Yes, if you want to do the, yeah, cool. I can see you already on there. There.
Yeah, I left some comments in there.
Cool. You want to crack on with those?
So you've added the light to the pickup template.
Yeah, so I'm just going to do the property for it now.
Cool. So that's just a simple case of setting it visible or invisible, right?
Yeah, I think so. That was the plan.
And we mustn't forget to set it invisible when it
That's true.
initializes.
So I'll do that. So we're controlling this on the client side, aren't we? Is
Yeah,
the
well, the other
idea.
ones are on the client, so we might as well do that on the client.
Cool. Yeah, so one other kind of huge benefit of making games in Crayta actually is the ease of making kind of multiplayer games. We kind of give you most of the mechanics out of the box, and all of our scripts work kind of server and client side within the same scripts. So you're not having to write specific client scripts for clients and specific server scripts for the server. You can kind of do all that logic together in the same place. So here we see we have this init at the top. And that's an init or an initialize function for the server. But because we want the lights to only turn on for the player looking at the thing, so if I'm looking at a pickup, that light will turn on for me and not for everyone else. This logic here, so these can interact and cannot interact, will call from a client side function. But to make sure we turn that off only for the local, would it be client in it here, will it? Or will it be local?
It will, yeah.
Yeah,
So
client in it, isn't it? Yeah, because we're not on the player here. So
Yeah.
when the client, so when kind of each client initializes on this side, we want to make sure we turn this light off. So properties.light entity dot visible equals false. Okay, so now we've saved that. We should see down here again that we have this light entity option here. So I can drag my light into that. So this script now has a sort of link to that entity, and we can do things like this here where we directly sort of access that entity and turn its visibility off or on. So quite simple, quite straightforward stuff. Cool. So next we have So now we've got the light working. Adam, do you want to maybe take us through what your plan was to get this light off and on the sort of the user prompt side of things?
Sure, yeah, I may have gone a little bit ahead of the game there. So if you go to the prompt script,
Yeah.
you can just open that up. You'll see there's an update function around line 43.
Yeah, got that.
If you look through that, essentially that already does the thing where it gets the interact prompts, which was already built into it. Interact entities and scripts get interact prompt. It does that on every update, which is like a manually controlled loop in this script. But what we want to do is not only tell the entity when we are looking at it, but tell it when we're not looking at it as well. So it knows to turn the light off, which might sound a bit strange, but that's how this needs to work.
I
So
see,
essentially what I've done here is on the local init, I just set up a variable for self.lastInteract entity. And then you'll see in this function around 60. Yep. So if we find an interact entity, so basically the entity we're looking at that we can interact with, and it's not the one that we could just interact with, that means we can no longer interact with that previous one, which means we need to tell it we can't interact. So I send to scripts on cannot interact. And the opposite of that, the one we're now looking at, we tell it we can interact. And then a little bit further down, if we didn't find any interact entity at all, where am I looking? This bit. Then if we did have one previous frame, then we tell it we can't interact anymore. So that might be if we look away at the sky or something.
Yeah.
And that, if you go back to the pickup litter script, you'll see those two functions here that it hooks into.
Yep. So they're the two we just wrote a moment ago.
And they just toggle the light. So we should be able to see that effect when we preview in a couple of minutes.
Cool. Okay, that sounds good. Yeah, so kind of not too much code. And again, you've taken what we had from the starter game there and started to sort of update and change that. So that works quite nicely. We've assigned our light. So at this point, we're kind of ready to start templating up this pickup. So what I'll do is I will go up here and say create a new template, and we'll call this just call this pickup for now. Okay, so that's going to act as our kind of master template. So any changes to that are going to iterate through any templates we make again of this one. So what I'll do is I will just change the name here to pickup bottle. Okay, I'll change its friendly name to call that potion.
That's some good medieval fantasy litter.
Yeah, when I saw it, it's like it's like the equivalent of a kind of, I don't know, like a medieval cocktail or something someone's left lying around.
Yeah.
From the medieval bar.
What ruffians.
Yeah. Cool. Okay. So that should be that. So now what we can do is create a template again. So we still have this template instance selected, but now we can create a new template, which gives us kind of a template of this template. Okay, and that's just going to stick that over there for me. So now we're actually able to remove that, and that's now something that the guys can get to. So if you want, whenever you're making your environment team, if you search the templates for pickup, sorry, I've called it potion bottle. Let me just rename it.
Oh, okay.
Called it the wrong thing. Confusing myself. Okay, so if you search that for pickup, you should see a pickup and a pickup _ bottle. So if you take the bottle one, you can start placing that around, and that should work as a collectible in the game. Okay. Now I can take this master one again and place that, and we'll just go through the same process again. So we'll call this pickup, and I think you said the bucket would be a good one as well, Adam.
Yeah, the bucket's quite a cool one. I'm sure that's what medieval people leave lying around that needs to go in the bin, probably.
Buckets.
I'm going to make one as well, actually.
Cool. I guess if anyone in chat has anything that they think would make a good piece of medieval rubbish, we'll see if we've got anything similar that we can try and find in our mesh library. There's our bucket.
What would people leave lying around irresponsibly?
There's lots of good fruit and ham and things like that.
Oh yeah,
I like that
food.
idea.
Yeah.
leaving ham lying around. How terrible of them.
There's like a couple of open books we could use. The odd skull.
Yeah, I mean, I imagine medieval people left their skulls lying around all the time.
Oh, not
Absolutely.
again.
Yeah, not again. Where did I put my skull? That was my favourite one.
How many points do you think a leg of ham should be? I guess it's quite a valuable thing to find.
Probably.
Is that really rubbish?
8. Well, I don't know.
I
They're
guess you
quite
would-
well-fed medieval people.
I would eat off the ground, I suppose.
Sounds like desperate.
Are we really debating if you'd eat a piece of medieval ham off the ground?
It still looks good.
Well, yeah.
I'll go for
so-
the jumbo skull. Nice big one, so it's nice and obvious. Make that a 10-pointer. We'll call that Fred. That's Fred the skull.
What we got to pick up, Fred.
Pick up Fred. Yeah. Pick up _ Fred.
A chalice. That's a good idea. I'm going to make the chalice.
Ooh,
Where's
good.
our
Good. Russell Kelly, good question. What's in the bucket? Guess could I make something? I could fill it with like rotten apples and stuff. So yeah, let's do that. So I'll actually go and edit this instance. So you might notice here, kind of the world has disappeared, but don't worry. I'm in the template view specifically here. So what this allows me to do is kind of work on this particular template, not in the context of the world itself.
Is it a goblet? Is that what we call it?
Think so.
It is.
Yes. That looks like the thing. Oh, that is a particularly small one.
Should be.
I'll give you lots
there's
of
a
points.
jumbo one.
Do we have a jumbo? No,
I'm
we
not
didn't
sure.
have one.
No, I don't know.
We'll give you lots of points because it's quite hard to find. Give you like 10 points for that
How
as well.
about candles? Old run out candles.
Yeah, I'll have a look at those.
There are a couple of rotten apples in the bottom of this bucket.
Okay, we've got a chalice.
Okay, right. Well, I think we're almost ready. So if we get some of those placed, we can have a quick preview. Just while I know we're still developing, but it'd be good to have a quick test of what we've written. So I'm going to grab some of those. If you could stick those down on your hotbar, feel free to just have a run around.
I'm going to do some hams. We should probably all place different ones because otherwise.
That's true. I'll do Fred's and buckets.
One in Fred.
Fred's.
That's Fred. So this is, again, it's always a nice use of the basic mode as well, is to actually kind of get a scale of the map itself, so you can run around in the editor with your character and to start to get a feel for sort of how things look, where would be a good thing for things like collectibles.
Was anyone doing chalice?
I'm not.
Cool.
I
I'll do a
will
couple of
do.
things. No, I'm doing the chalice.
All right.
Just want to check. Well, you can do chalice as well. Sorry. Bucket.
I've got some buckets.
Right. Important housekeeping. I'm going to tidy up the world tree.
Okay, right. I think how
all
many
these.
have we got? Do you think we've got enough?
I'll find out once they're all under pickups in the world tree. So if
Okay.
you want to help me out with that, Russ.
Sure. I set it to 20 is how many we'd need at least.
Yeah, I think we've got more than 20. I'll just drag these ones in.
Okay, I think that should be all of them.
Did you drag them in?
Oh,
was
yeah,
just
I might
looking
beat
at
you
them.
to.
Yeah, cool. That's fine. That looks like some number. I'm not sure if that's more than 20 yet, actually. Couple more
A
bottles.
couple more, yeah, go for it. Get some placed around in advanced mode.
Actually, one inside the tower would be cool. Okay.
Okay,
We should have enough.
I'm just going to move those now.
Cool.
Okay, yeah, I think that's more than enough. So, assuming we've kind of got everything in place there, do you think we're ready for a quick preview?
I don't know if you fixed them. There was some script errors.
Oh, there was?
In the pickup later script.
Oh, I think that's because I was trying to save it while Adam was working on it. So that was just letting me know that there was errors at the bottom.
Okay, it looks fine now, but we can test that by opening the console, just changing the script slightly and saving it, and it's fine.
Cool.
So,
Wait, if you give me like 3 seconds to hook up this door.
Okay.
oh, there's a door.
There's a door.
There is a door. There is
Exciting.
always a door.
Let's go look at the door.
Don't look at the door.
Let's look at the door script and pressure Sean.
Okay, well, while Sean does that, so don't forget, in this stream we are kind of raising awareness for the event running today, the World Environment Day. So there are the hashtags circling in the bottom corner. So do make sure you head over to Twitter and sort of check out what they're all about over there. The theme this year was biodiversity. And what was the country, Adam? I think you looked at that. Was it Colombia, wasn't it? Yeah, Colombia was the sort of the host, I think. Is that the right word?
Yeah. Yeah.
So, but yeah, so do make sure you go check those out. Those, as I say, they've got quite a big thing going on Twitter with those hashtags.
I'm done now, by the way.
Cool. Okay, well, this is starting to look really nice. So, okay, I'm going to hit preview.
Go.
So what that will do is take us straight back into that preview mode, and see that we're up here in our lobby area. Looking cool.
Aha, nice.
Just fell into the castle.
Oh, I fell out the lobby.
Nice. Yeah, maybe
Don't do that.
get some sort of like little wall. I'll maybe wall the lobby in at some point.
I just saw a
We've got the stake
drawbridge.
somewhere.
You know what?
I'm going to go in first person. I feel like that might work a bit better. Maybe we could force it to be.
I've got a giant skull in my hand now. Fred.
Oh, we forgot to make them not actually pickups.
Oh, that's okay. That's quite fun.
Let's ignore.
Okay, so what you should be able to see here is that we actually have our mechanic working here. So as we look at this, we see the light appear and we get the prompt in the bottom corner given us the sort of instruction. So press E, pick up. I'm going to go back and see. Oh, wow, yeah. I've got my
I made this
big Fred hands.
I made this drawbridge which closes as soon as it opens. It's like, come on in, psych.
Oh,
gonna-
wow, yeah.
You know we've got a massive drawbridge prop with an animated door, right?
Yeah, I was going to say we have that.
I mean, I do now.
maybe
you could just
that
transfer your script to it and it'll be fine.
that could be like the pre-drawbridge or the trick drawbridge. Okay, cool. So we see there's a couple of issues there, but kind of the game kind of holds together so far, which is nice. So if I press F5 again now, that will throw us back to the editor. We can carry on building the next bit. So what do you think was the problem there, Adam? They're acting as pickups still, aren't they? So
Yes. So if you want to go to the root pickup template, so this is the advantage of having a root one with like child templates. And basically where it says use self as template,
yep, got that.
just untick it.
Untick it.
And
that
now
means...
it won't try and pick up any template.
Okay, cool. So what was happening before is it was saying pick up this thing, whereas now we've unchecked that. It's just going to kind of run the logic as if it's been picked up, but not actually give you anything into your hands.
Mm-hmm. And there's one other thing I realized is that when they all start, their lights turn on because of the way the pickup spawner works. It turns on all the children of the ones that it shows, but actually we want the lights to be controlled independently of that. So I've just added a little ignore visible script to it, and we'll make the pickup spawner check for that script, check for a property on that script before changing visibility on things, so we can like manually override it.
Yeah. Okay, cool. That makes sense. Just I've seen a thing in chat from Raf Gaming about building a moat all the way around the castle.
Good idea.
think that would be quite a good idea. So I don't know. I'm happy to do that a little bit later once we're finished with the gameplay. But if someone wants to get onto that sooner, that'd be fine.
I'm making a maze. It's amazing.
Oh, I was just about to say, is it amazing?
It's gonna be.
Oh,
Banned.
I see. So you drawing the kind of floor plan of it out, and then you're going to
And then I'll
extrude it
just
out.
extrude. Yeah,
Nice.
that's the plan.
That's a cool trick. Sweet. Okay, so next thing for us on our gameplay side of things is you kind of had the idea of having some sort of notification on screen, didn't you, Adam, about kind of how many pickups are left, because we have a finite amount, and I guess the round will end when they've all been picked up. So should we have a look at doing that?
Yeah, sure. After that, we'll need to do the round ending logic because we haven't scripted out that part
Cool.
either.
That's fine. Okay.
But yeah, we'll do the bit of UI.
Yeah.
If we put that on the user.
Yeah, cool. I shall follow you wherever you're going. So
okay.
Go to the
See
user.
a new script folder on the user called pickup something. Just pickup.
Just pickup. Yep, got it.
So fairly classic setup here. We need a script and a widget. So
okay,
I'll have a pickup counter script.
I'll add the widget. So
cool.
Pickup counter widget. So a widget in this sense is a bit like a Lua script, but in this case it's a HTML file which acts as a bit of UI. Which bit do you want to do first? Should we do the script first?
I think we'll do the widget first, so we know the sort of data that we're passing to the widget, and then we can do the script side. So what is it? Pickup counter widget.
Yeah, that's
Here we go. So widgets are quite helpful in that they give all this default information, but we should know how to use widgets. So I'll just get rid of some of that. I say that now, I'm going to need it.
Yeah, you shot yourself in the foot there, I think, with that one.
Yeah. Okay, so I know we've gone through widgets before, but if I just quickly cover the structure of a widget for anyone that's not used to this or hasn't seen us do widgets in Crayta before. So this is all HTML and CSS driven, so kind of web languages driven. And in our widget, we've essentially got the styling at the top. So that's all the CSS part that you can see between the style tags. And then we've got the body section, which has our HTML there. So that's essentially the structure of it. And then below that, we've got our script section. So that's the JavaScript. So that's for anything like the data that we need to hook into the Lua. So I'm going to change this data model. We're going to need 2 bits of data here.
I'll start writing the HTML bit.
Cool. We're going to pass in a number of pickups, not pickups. So that will just be the number of like pickups left to find in the round. So I'll just give it a default value, but that should update straight away when we play. And then pickups remaining message, which we'll also change so that we can make it a localizable field. But for now, we'll just give it a default value of pickups left. So it'll say 26 pickups left. And those are 2 separate bits of data so that we can give them different styling. Russ, do you want to set up the 2 CSS classes for those?
Yeah, can do. What you may have noticed I've just done there is I've written 2 very simple HTML sort of div tags. So anyone who knows HTML coding will kind of recognize that as a fairly standard tag. For anyone who doesn't know HTML, again, it's a very quick, simple, easy language to pick up, really. And we have the way we can bind data in. So here we have this extra field called data bind value. And then all we're doing here is kind of referring down to this model that Adam just spoke of. So for data dot pickups remaining is the string, the message that will appear inside this tag. And then we have the same again for the number. So once we get that to appear on screen, it should hopefully make a little bit more sense. But that's how we can kind of make the UI be driven by numbers and strings and those sorts of things to make it dynamic. So things like health bars, scoreboards, all that sort of stuff. We want 2 classes here then. So we'll say number pickups remaining and pickup message. Okay, there's 2 classes, and I'll just add those to the class here.
If Sean's around, Sean is our HTML and CSS expert. So Sean, you might want to come and improve our styling a little bit because it's going to look like rubbish when I make it. So
Sure, where are you? Which is it?
Pickup counter widget. The extent of my styling is I'm going to give a border radius so it's got some curvy bits. So you know,
That's good enough.
it's something.
Let's have a look. Is that on the user?
That is on the user. You can also at any time press Control O, and that will give you that sort of ability to search through scripts and widgets to find them quite easy. Oh, yep, so I can see Sean, your cursor's arrived now. So again, the collaboration isn't just for necessarily like one-on-one. You can have quite a high number of players in collaborating on the same script at the same time. So I can happily just sit back and watch you guys flesh this out a bit now. So we see our UI updating up here now. So one thing I should say that I've done here that I just kind of did without mentioning was split my screen in half. So quite often when you're working with UI, you want to see how that looks sort of in screen space up here. So we can actually split the editor into two, and that allows us to have our kind of code and HTML file at the bottom of the page, and actually then see every time we save the file or every time these guys save it, I can see how that's going to be reflected at the top. Quite a nice quick way to work together there.
So that should look about right, but Sean's going to improve it a little bit.
Cool.
Should we move on
right.
while we leave Sean to improve?
Yeah, sure. We'll maybe I guess we can go and get the script worked out.
That's a good point. So the pickup scheduler script. So by default, this doesn't have events on it to say like when all the pickups have been picked up, or actually when a single pickup has been picked up. We'll also need to send an event so that the user can update their number of pickups that they're displaying. So I'm going to make two events at the top of this. In fact, you can make one of them. We need one for on all pickups collected.
Oops, sorry, I left a hashtag there for you to delete.
Thank you.
So is this on all collected?
Yep.
Okay.
And mine's just on pickups changed because it's not necessarily every time one's collected, because it'll also change when you spawn them all at the start. So, and then if we scroll down a little bit, so the on pickups changed. Do you see the start scheduler function?
Yep.
So on pickups changed there. We're going to send, and we need to send the number of pickups, which I think is something like self.used pickups. That's it. So we just get the number of items in the used pickups table. So that's the number of pickups that are active at the moment.
Okay, sure.
And then we can copy that bit of logic and send that on pickup collected right down the bottom of the script.
Yep, gotcha.
So I'll just stick that in there, and that'll tell the user every time a pickup changes how many pickups are left.
Yeah, so this event system that we're kind of doing here is a nice way of being able to bind kind of lots of logic together. So we have this script here, which obviously handles whenever pickups are picked up or spawning of pickups, and then using the kind of this event here again through our properties over at the side. Down here we see that we have these two pickups or these two events here that we can now add any number of kind of hooks into. So should we do those now? Do you want me to have a look at, so on pickups changed?
Yeah, go for it.
Yeah, I guess that's
So
where we need
I've just added some. Yes, I've just added some stub functions, but have you hooked that into the event for the pickup scheduler?
So I was just going to do for every user on the pickup on pickups changed. So here we can see, so for every template, every instance of a user on that pickup counter script that we kind of started or we added before, we have this function on pickups changed, and that expects the number of pickups. So here we can see we're actually passing that there. So that's how we pass those two things. What do we need to do for the on all pickups collected, or shall I leave that one with you for now?
Yeah, we'll leave that for a sec, but we can literally just hook that into the game controller. In fact, we can do that, yeah. So
Okay.
just drag in the game controller entity, find the game script on it, and then just assign end game, I think is the function. So it literally just end the round.
End play.
Yeah, that's the one.
End play. Yeah. Cool.
So then we're calling that function on the user's pickup counter script, but that doesn't do anything yet. So we need to make sure we're passing the data that's sent through, so the number of pickups, into the UI. So if we want to set up that now, if you want to do the local init side.
Yep, sure. So again, as I mentioned before, all of the code, the scripts kind of work both server and client side. So in this case, on local init, I'm on the local user at this point. So I need to get a reference to the widget that I'm trying to update. So again, that's the widget that we've just been writing together. So for that, I just do a self get entity dot, and then the widget was called counter widget. Okay, and what I'll also do actually here is take that property that Adam's just written and update the widget straight away with that. So the way to access that model, so we mentioned before, Sean busy typing away in this one still. What we actually sort of did before was defined this model down here of data with these two sort of variables off the back of that. So if I go to self.widget.js for JavaScript, which gets me kind of into that side of things, dot data, because that's my model name, dot, and then one thing you can do is just go here, copy and paste that to make sure you get that right. That's the wrong one. I want this one, pickups remaining message. Okay, and that message will be what we've set up here at the top. Okay, pickups remaining. Okay, and as Adam said, this is our way. So we could just hard code or write that into the HTML straight away, but the problem there is we don't that won't offer any chance for that text to be localized into different languages. So the way we do that here is we have this text type, which allows you to, if I just go to the user.
Oh, I've already filled it in with pickups remaining. Sorry.
No, that's fine. I was just going to show where it is. So we have this kind of property here with a text field. So you can click here to fill this text field in. And by defining that as a text field, that actually gives Crayta the chance to kind of work out the localization for that side of things. So
Cool.
Next, yep.
So that's been a little bit technical, and we've got a little bit more to get through, and then hopefully we can focus on more chat suggestions and buildy stuff.
Yeah, do some fun building soon.
But the last thing to get through, I think, is are you still on the user template?
Yes, I am.
Go to the prompts script folder. So as well as being able to look at the entity and see that it's lit up to say it's a valid pickup, it'd be really nice if we actually had a little prompt message underneath it that said pick up Fred, was it?
Yeah, Fred the skull, yeah.
So basically a contextual pickup message prompt right under it, which should already happen. We've worked out all the code for it. It's just a case of the widget currently you can see is bottom right. So all I want to do is adjust the CSS a little bit to make it sort of middle center. So if you wanted to follow along, you can follow along. I can see that. Yeah, so start looking at what people are building.
That's right. I'll let you do that quickly.
Cool.
So again, just with a few CSS changes here, we can kind of get the UI to behave how we like. And again, this is stuff that came with the starter game, but just because it came with the starter game doesn't mean you can't change it and twist it and sort of bend it into whatever shape you kind of want to fit your game.
So if I save that.
Nice. Okay.
Then there we go. Okay, so it wasn't too much. And Sean, if you're looking for more UI work to do, you might want to try and style the prompts widget as well, which would be awesome.
You might like my little pickup one I've done now.
Cool.
Should we maybe
excited.
preview and see how it looks?
Yeah, I'd be happy to preview if you've got all that hooked ready. Oh wow, Maze is looking nice. Should get some things hidden amongst this to pick up.
Get some aerial shots.
Yeah, this looks great. Excellent. Cool. Okay. All right. If you guys are all happy, then I'm going to go ahead and have another quick preview.
Yeah.
Yep. Hopefully, that's the end of the technical part.
Yeah.
And now we can have more fun. But coding is fun. Ooh, it's like a little castle.
Classic. Nice. And you've done all that, Sean, with CSS and HTML.
Yeah.
And in about 2 seconds.
Yeah. Yeah, that looks great. Okay, cool. I'm going to go first person again. So yeah, maybe we could switch this to be a first person sort of only game, Adam. What do you think?
Oh,
Yeah, I
Kind
think
of
we can.
force plays into
give that a
first
go.
person.
I like this maze. I'm just going to spend my time in here.
I'm going to find the maze. So you should see now, Russ, if you look at a pickup, first of all, the light isn't on by default, which is one good thing. And you get the nice little prompt that says pick up potion or pick up bucket
Yep.
or pick up thread. If we have any threads.
Ooh, time to get lost in the maze.
So I know I said this is competitive hide and seek, Easter egg hunt, but it's also kind of collaborative, cooperative, because we have to try and collect all the pickups before the timer runs out.
Oh, that's
So it's
true.
sort of 2 playstyles in one. I'm lost though. which doesn't
Yeah, I'm
help.
lost.
Hello,
Oh
I saw
no.
you.
Okay. Right, I think if we go this way. Nope.
No, I've lost you now.
Oh no. There's not
Lucy,
even
how
any
many-
rubbish in here.
How many exits are there from the maze?
About 3. I'm just not sure where.
Right. I'm out. Okay, got 9 pickups
Ah.
left.
I see a bucket.
Nice. Okay, what about on the roof? Or in the sort of lobby area? I think there was some.
Tower tends to have a few.
Yep, there's a Fred.
I found Fred.
Got him.
Oh, you got the Fred.
You have to remove the step going into the drawbridge. but
Yeah, I just
get a
noticed
bit
that. I
stuck.
popped my head.
I'm
I see
wearing
a bucket.
massive hair today as well.
You beat me to the bucket. Right, 4 left, guys.
2 left.
It's up the lobby, aren't there?
You're on the roof.
Up the tower.
You just step up off the tower.
Come on, we got to find these 2 pickups.
1 left.
Ooh.
Ooh. The environment depends on it.
One of us underneath the water.
I was
No
just
one's
thinking
put- No one's put any in the maze, have they? 'Cause that'd be cruel.
I was about to. I can't remember if I actually did or not.
To the maze.
Tell you what, I think for the sake of the
Yeah.
stream, let's just go back to the editor now and finish off this a bit more. But okay, yeah. So we can see we've got a little bit more progress with that. So what I might do now quickly is go to my player template. So a couple of times there, I chose to play that in first person, and I think actually it might be quite a fun game to actually remain in first person. So here, what I can do is scroll down to my player template, and actually gives me some sort of predefined options to play with. So the type of camera, various other things, whether the player can aim down sights, all that sort of stuff. And one of these is forced camera perspective, and I can actually force players of my game to be in first person. So I'm going to do that. Okay, I think we just about got everything there together, didn't we, for what we wanted to do with the game logic. So I guess, yeah, me and you, Adam, now are free to just carry on with the build.
Yep. I
pretty
just
quick.
put a message into the stream chat, which sounds way too confident. There's definitely no way we'll try our best to implement whatever people suggest. But,
Yeah,
you know, we'll have a go at the ones we think are achievable. Is a more realistic statement.
yeah. So hit us with what you've got. I'm just going to wall in this lobby area.
I'm going to just go through all of our pickups and check there's not an impossible one somewhere, because that would be mean.
That's true. Adam, do you want to maybe think about adding some music as well? So getting some game sounds in.
Yes, good idea.
That'd be good.
Oh, I had a look at that. There was a cheeky little number that might fit the game.
Ooh.
Have a look.
Oh, do you know how to add it, Maggie? Because that'd be cool.
No, I can't remember.
Okay.
Which one
I
was
realised
it?
that-
Do you remember? Because I'll maybe have it
It's
playing
just
now.
called cheeky little number, I think.
Oh, literally, it was cheeky little number, right?
Oh, right.
That's Matt Black for you. Okay, yeah, cheeky little number. Oh, there's cheeky little number 1 alternate. Go with this one. I'll tell you what would help is if I had my music turned on.
Yes.
That would.
Yeah.
That would.
So I realised our pickups didn't even have a sound when you go and collect them. So I've added that as well now.
Cool.
From chat, someone suggested a moat at some point, so that'd be cool.
Yes. Let's do that.
Someone suggested a big dragon statue that breathes fire every now and then. So if
my
anyone's
gosh.
up for a challenge, or I might have a go at that in a sec.
That sounds like Adam work to me.
Great. Any takers?
You're right.
Oh, okay.
Yeah, that music sounds good. Adam, maybe what would be good is if you could add that music, but I don't know if there's something you could do to change the music when there's like a few pickups left to make it more like dramatic.
Ooh, I like that idea.
There's some pretty dramatic music in there to pick from.
What about increasing the pitch or the tempo of the music
Oh,
as the
yeah.
pickups decrease?
The tempo would be good, wouldn't it?
Where's our sound? What was it called? Cheeky little number.
Cheeky Little Number was the was the main one. It is actually pretty cheeky. I just played it a little bit.
Stop saying that. Let's have a listen.
Did I mention it was quite cheeky?
I'm excited to hear Adam's reaction.
Is
Is it cheeky?
It is
Would you-
suitably cheeky.
What would you rate it on a scale of 1 to 10 of cheekiness?
6.
I'll take that.
I've just renamed it to Cheeky Number, and it's now top of the world tree. So enjoy.
If I simulate that, will it play?
Potentially.
I think you just click it, it should play.
Yeah, but if
Oh,
I
there
click
it is,
if I
there.
click away, it'll turn off. But if I simulate it, we can all hear it.
That's very true.
Like a little bit of. Oh, it's gone
So-
away.
Yeah, I think I clicked active on it and then unclicked active because I want to work on it without hearing it constantly. Is it there now?
It is there now. Thank you.
Nice.
Yeah, I'd give that a solid 6 for
I-
cheekiness.
Disappeared again.
I turned it off again.
Fine.
I can't make the tempo script while hearing that constantly.
Okay. Well, when you finish working on it, if you could leave it on, so we can all enjoy it, that'd be good.
Sure. Actually. Fine, I'll put it on. You win. I'll just turn down my music volume a bit.
This is enjoyable.
Did someone else
Yeah.
just play it as well? Did someone simulate it or something?
No.
Oh,
Oh.
okay.
Sarah says from the chat, I'd hope for more cheeky. That's pretty cheeky.
Ooh.
Oh,
Whoa.
I mean, we're giving
That's
it a good solid 6 for cheekiness.
yeah, but that comment was a 10 out of 10 cheeky.
I've made a rod for my own back with these triangular flower beds.
I'm going to come and look now. Put extra pressure on you. So, oh, these look great though.
Need to...
Right, I'm testing the pitch change. Are you ready?
I'm enjoying that.
How's that, Sarah?
what?
Is that extra cheeky now?
Right, so it's going to go from normal towards that for every pickup we collect. So,
Wow. Okay, so it just
Wow.
gradually gets faster.
yeah,
Love it.
it's not going to be good.
I think it's going to be excellent. I don't know what you're talking about.
It's going to make me want to pick up the pickups quicker. So it's
Then
got that going
objective
for it.
achieved.
Okay, so I'm going to use my volume select move and redo this wall on the other side. Oh, no. I don't want to move it, did I? I wanted to duplicate it.
We need a nice jousting arena on the side if anyone's doing that. I'm popping in this big moat.
Jousting arena. Oh, is that where these benches are?
like the tents and stuff on there. Oh yeah, I saw the thing.
Oh, yeah, I could have a look at doing something like that in a moment.
I feel bad. I'm going to be digging a moat straight through this wonderful garden in the back.
No, you are not.
Wow.
Which garden?
Wait, what? Which one?
Oh, I see. There's also a maze on the other side. Well, whoever asked for it, you get half a moat. It's,
I left a
protecting
bit of
the,
moat space.
it's protecting the most important part.
I'm gonna put some fish in the moat.
We have fish?
Yeah,
I didn't
I'll
spot
put
that.
some in.
Oh, I put some water lilies in, but yeah.
Yeah,
ahead.
no,
can
I'm
put-
gonna
You can put birds in as well.
I'm gonna
do that. I'm gonna put some birds in.
add some fish.
Yeah. What else could we do? So this jousting, I guess this is the jousting with all the benches. They'd normally have that like sandy looking track, wouldn't they? And then like a bar down the middle of it.
Yeah, something like that.
It's been a while
really
since I watched any medieval jousts.
What are you doing with your evenings?
Yeah, just set up a medieval joust arena in my garden.
I went to a wedding once that had jousting.
Wow, that's cool.
No.
Yeah.
I feel like all weddings pale in comparison now.
Like, was it like a set-up thing, or did it just get like a really rowdy wedding that people just started running at each
real,
other?
Yeah, yeah. It's big sticks.
With like baguettes on chairs or something, like running at each other.
Baguettes on chairs.
I definitely haven't attempted that before, though.
Yes, apparently. I want to do something to make the inside of the castle look more interesting, because it's
Yes, we've got lots of banquet
I was
tables and
just
big
about to
fireplaces
say.
and things.
Yeah, banquet hall.
yes.
Suits of armor.
Everyone loves a good banquet hall.
Do we still want this fire-breathing dragon idea?
I'm not sure we're gonna have time for it. I'm afraid.
You can have a fire-breathing meat baby.
God.
That was
No.
quite
No.
quick.
I almost said, did you publish the baby? What? Why am I even?
It's the only valid reply.
Gonna fire Sean.
I'm gonna make a dragon that turns its head and constantly spits fire. That should be good enough, right?
Yeah, should be. You've got about 15-20 minutes, I reckon, to
I'll do it.
get that. Oh, did someone literally just place that banner as I put my
That's you.
That was really strange. I was like, I moved my
Sorry.
character there, and then a banner appeared, and I was like, wait, how did I manage to spawn a banner? That was that was the weirdest timing.
I put that there and then you appeared and I was like, that's weird.
Oh yeah, if anyone wants to place a few more pickups as well around the maze and stuff, like as those areas get completed, that would be cool.
Yeah.
I think the dragon can be watching the jousting, yeah?
Yeah, sure.
Yeah.
Why not?
A couple more of these like medieval tents around.
Now to make a dragon out of voxels.
So no pressure.
There's
This may have
some
been ambitious.
giant hoops that are quite fun for I don't know what. Jumping through.
You can have the Dragon Olympics.
Yeah.
Well, that would be making multiple dragons, so probably not. Right, I'm making some nice pillars.
It's going to be more of a dragon statue, if that's all right.
It's got to fit. It's got to fit the whimsy cheeky music.
Just do your best. Do your
Gotta
best,
go.
Adam.
Got to have a
Thanks,
little.
Lucy.
Got to have a little wink.
Yeah, suit of armor having a bit of a lie down on one of the tables.
Are dragons made of meat?
I mean,
Yes.
I guess so. Yeah.
Yeah.
Well, they are now.
Oh no.
I'm going to carve him out of the voxels rather than trying to build him up.
I mean, that's a super way doing it, I guess.
Be happy with anything fire breathing, Raf says, so
So no pressure.
just stick a. Oh, wait, you could use the animal skeleton stuff, right? If that's not what you're
Yeah.
doing.
Oh, that's not what I'm doing. Kind of feel invested in my meat statue now.
I feel like you could do one of these, right? I'll build a little one up here.
Okay, you build a dragon, I'll build a dragon, and I'll put fire on both when they're done. And
I mean,
we'll see.
mine's not gonna. I was just literally gonna do this. Effect. Fire extra large. That seems like a dragon thing.
Yeah, sure.
How about that? That looks like a fire breathing dragon to me.
Where are we looking?
Over near the stripy
Yeah.
tents. I
But
don't
he's
know.
not made of meat voxels.
He's not though. I'll leave it with you. That's your build, but there you go. That was one fire breathing thing. However much I am enjoying this music, I am going to turn it off just for
Yeah. I might be
Yeah.
now. You know it's bad when you kind of forget it's playing and then you start listening and you hear it again and you're like, wow, okay, it's still going.
I enjoyed it.
Oh.
Cool.
I feel robbed.
What else can we add? So, well, I'm going to add a bit more litter around here, actually. Oh, wow. I think this is going to be interesting.
What's that? Are
Where's
you
it
looking at my dragon? Get out.
I've just come over
Is it-
to my jousting arena and there's a meat thing.
What's that?
Looks like it's got shoes on.
No, that's its claws. Obviously.
That's its corrugated iron claws.
Okay, fine. What would you suggest?
No, that's fine. Go for it. What am I searching for here? Templates and pick up. Let's get some ham next to this guy who's having a little nap.
I might have messed up the starter points in the lobby, by the way, because I'm building on top of this castle.
That's okay.
I'll just leave that
I'll
to
move
someone
them.
else to sort out. Just like,
Yeah.
just like work.
Yep. Move those up here. So is that the new roof? There's not going to be any more roofs on that roof.
I don't know. I'm just adding some shape to this big block in the middle, to castling it up a bit. So I don't know. I don't want to be held to that.
That's okay. All I have to do is just slide these up there. So let's do that. And then make sure they're actually on the new roof.
Okay, I'm not very good at voxel building. But, you know, I
Yeah, you should-
tried.
You could be proud of it.
Oh, wow.
It's still quite scary, you know.
It was meant to be cute.
Oh gosh.
Yeah, sure. That's good. His little dragon tail. Okay, just
That's so hurtful.
some fire breathing out of his mouth, and I think we're done there.
No, I need to extract its head. Wait, that sounds really weird. But I do need to do that. So I can have its head turn slightly.
What if I had some eyes?
I'm giving it eyes. I was going to use like rotten apples for its eyes or something.
Oh my god.
Because it's not messed up enough already.
Surely some sort of glowing neon block.
Yeah.
Okay, yeah, actually.
Like
Yeah.
neon. This is like a reddy orange.
Listen to the art director.
When you make your meat voxel dragon.
Extract. Add script. Do we have a spinny script? No, we don't. I'm going to import the rotate and move script.
I'm just going to add a few little trees around here just to fill in the space. I hope these trees are acceptable.
Yes, I approved.
How about this one? Oh, that's quite a big tree.
Apparently your dragon looks like a
Can't-
cooked
not-
chicken.
don't use the baobab. That's
Really?
too big.
Baobab's
I
not.
tell you what, look,
It is quite big, actually, isn't it? That is quite.
I tell you
big.
what would be quite nice behind the hedge around on the border would be put up some sequoias because that'll give another layer of height.
These ones. Well, they are big, aren't they?
No, I don't mean sequoia. Sorry, I mean.
Okay. Because they are quite big.
Oh, those ones. Yes, no, that's what I meant.
Oh, that is the
Sorry.
one. Yeah. Did you want that
confused.
like off the back of the world or?
Yeah, sorry, I'll stick them on.
Okay. I'll leave it to you.
Control freak that I am.
Yeah, I know it's trees are an important part of this, so I'll leave it to you. This is looking great though, guys. This looks really nice.
Good.
Oh, I see that
Good.
Sean, you've opted for the actual mesh drawbridge this time.
Wow. Lucy's up there.
Yeah, I mean it does serve its function as a drawbridge.
It's a bit better than my one. I'll give you that.
Yeah. Cool.
All right. No offense taken.
Okay. Well, I think we're kind of coming towards the end of this now. So if you guys want to start wrapping up and getting any of your last bits in, and then we can have a look at getting this game set up and published and go and play. So if anyone else who's currently watching the stream from Unit 2 is free and available, wants to come and join in, then feel free to jump in or get ready to jump in soon. We'll have a publish and we'll go into the play side of things and have this give this game a go. This is probably your sort of 2-minute warning chat for anything that's kind of super urgent, but we can get done in the next couple of minutes. And do let us know.
What's more urgent than this dragon, though?
Oh, his head's turned. Is he gonna?
Yeah, because it'll rotate.
It is going to rotate. Nice.
Okay, the eye idea didn't work. Oh wait, that works. It's got like eyebrows. Now he's got a monobrow. That doesn't work.
Oh gosh.
I don't know what I'm doing.
Acting as a bit of a spectate cam now. Okay. How nice all this looks. Okay. So while you guys kind of wrap this up, I guess we'll just do a bit of a call out again. So the kind of purpose behind the stream. So we are kind of raising awareness for World Environment Day. So do head over to the Twitter. We have had, stick them back up again, the hashtags circling in the bottom corner. So as I say, kind of World Environment Day, kind of raising awareness, obviously, for the things we can be doing to help the environment. The hashtags For Nature and World Environment Day. So go over to Twitter and check them out. So they have quite a lot of content and videos, and there's quite a lot of events running today as well. So if you sort of go to their main website, you can see all the list of events that are running. So obviously we've run this live stream, but there's a lot of people doing a lot of digital events that you can check out throughout the day, and kind of jump on board and share all those things. That'd be great. So
just one last thing.
One last
We
thing,
might need
yeah.
a couple more pickups.
Oh yes, yeah. I'll
How
jump
many
in.
pickles we got?
I don't know, but
That's
more
good.
is good.
More is good.
More
I'll
is
plop down
better.
some threads. Do some more hams. And I think
Okay.
maybe we can increase the maximum number.
Yeah,
to
sure.
30.
Yeah.
Go for 30.
Yeah, I think there's been a few added. I can see there's a few in the Triangle Gardens. Stick a
Yeah. As long as every area's got them. The maze is actually lacking, so I'll put some in the maze.
Yeah, that's a good point, actually. I'll stick a couple in as well. Right, and then we'll search the world tree for pickup. Start tidying that up.
Nice.
Drag all those under there. Okay, yeah, so we've got quite a few. 8 of those, 7 of those. Yeah, I think
mean,
30 should be enough.
Mm-hmm. If we're good enough at hide and seek, we should be able to find them all within the time limit. And actually, we might be able to bring in a couple more players if we publish it as well.
Yeah, cool. Okay, all right then. Well, I think that's good. So once you guys are ready now, then if you want to just jump back to the hub, and I'll get this game published, and we can go ahead and get anybody else who wants to. So as I say, if there's anyone from Unit 2 currently sort of watching the stream who's able to jump in and join us, then that'd be great.
Right. Back to the hub, yeah?
Yeah, back to the hub when you can.
Cool.
Right, you are.
And I'm going to get this published. So to publish it, I need to.
Wait, I'm just going to check.
Oh, just gonna check one last thing.
Is it worth a very, very, very quick preview to see that we haven't broken anything massively?
That's probably not a bad shout, actually. I don't know who else just already left. Might just be me and you, but I think we're good.
Very abandoned.
And let's just see if the first couple of pickups increase the tempo, because that would be the best thing ever.
I see Sean's birds.
Of
This
course.
castle's looking nice now.
It is looking really good. Thanks to Lucy's roof.
Yeah, I said it's always entirely Lucy.
Yeah, I think so.
Oh, shucks. Huh.
Oh,
Oh, it's gone
that's
very
sped up
weird.
a lot.
That's a good noise.
Let's just say the music's interesting.
So, are you okay for me to quickly fix that before we publish?
Sure, how quick do you think that is?
That would be like 2 minutes.
Okay, go for it.
Cheeky tempo script. Shut up, Sean. Don't laugh at my script name.
Too late.
So you in a script now. I can just jump in and help you if you like.
Yeah, it's the cheeky tempo script.
Yep,
CC on pickup collected.
yep.
We set the pitch to interpolate between 1, which is the starting pitch, and the target tempo, which is 2, based on the number of pickups remaining divided by the total pickups.
You've got find script. I guess you want find scripts.
No, just
Or is it?
just the one. Yeah, there should only be one in the world. So it should
Oh,
be
I
fine.
see. No, I see what I was doing. Yep, gotcha.
So that will find us 30 as the number of concurrent pickups. When we pick one up, it should be sending the remaining pickups, which is 29. Oh, I can see the problem. This needs to be 1 minus. Okay. Should we give that a quick test and then we
Yeah.
should be okay to go?
Oh, I'm gonna hit preview.
Oh yeah, go check out the fire breathing dragon as well.
Ooh,
He does actually look quite good.
nice. With his
Good chicken.
little bullet horns. So
We should name him. Names in the chat for the fire breathing dragon, please.
well, I think that was a Raf.
Ryan.
Raf suggested that. I think so. Maybe
Don't Raf
Raf.
the
maybe we
dragon.
call him Raf the dragon.
What do you want to call it? Wrath the dragon?
Yeah.
Yes. The tempo increased slightly.
Oh, it's decreased, hasn't it?
No, it's increasing.
Oh, it has increased. Yeah, excellent. Okay, cool. Right, I'm going to go back. So, Adam, if you want to jump back to the hub, I'll get this game published.
Cool.
Okay, so obviously we've spent about an hour and 20 minutes making that game. So hopefully that gives you an idea of how quick you can get games together in Crayta as a group. So now we're ready. I can go down to this option here and I can select to publish my game. So we'll go with litter pickers, and we'll call this a litter picking game set around a beautiful castle celebrating World Environment Day. Okay, continue, and I get to pick my card for this again. So I'm going to go ahead and same one. Tags, what would we call this? We'll call this cooperative. This is cooperative exploration.
Meat-based creature.
Medieval fantasy.
Medieval.
Yeah, meat dragon. Is that a tag?
Please don't
Meat-
ask me to add meat-based creature to the tag list.
Oh yeah.
Cool.
It's a popular genre.
Within a certain niche of players.
Magic. Continue. Cool. So then we get an option to kind of check through those options for what we've done there. So the name, description, and the tags we're associated that with. And we hit publish, and that should then become available for everyone to be able to play on the Crayta play page.
I just saw dating sim in the list of tags. I think this is a dating sim with Rapid Dragon. So what's it called? Litter pickers.
Yes, on the play page.
Yeah, I just searched for litter and found it.
Got it.
Yep, it's an active game there. So jump in and play that. Okay, so we're going to we'll play a round or two of this maybe. So as we come to the end of the stream, if you do have any questions, make sure you get them in now. If you haven't already, then do make sure you head over to our Discord, which the link should appear in the corner. It's just crayta.com/discord. So we do our best to be there as often as we can and as active as we can, answering all of your questions. And again, if you haven't already, then please do subscribe here on YouTube. We have all sorts of content planned. We've got a lot coming out in the coming weeks, including streams and various videos and announcements. So do make sure you subscribe and set up your notifications to get notified as soon as those things come out. Wow, this is great.
This music.
It's getting more and more squeaky and horrible. I love it.
It does make me want to run faster, though. I'm not going to lie.
It's making me panic a bit.
Oh,
Remember, you can always open the menu and get some like nice soothing, calm music.
Or
Oh.
if you guys jump in the water.
Oh God.
It goes. It goes. Oh, I can see the fish.
Ooh.
I'm just down with the fish, chilling where it's nice and quiet.
I've got
Okay.
a bucket.
Back to it. There's Raph the Dragon.
Is this
Do you
little
like-
number cheeky enough now?
It is potentially more cheeky than it ever had the right to be.
So 7 left.
What's with all these bear traps around?
You should pick them up before someone gets hurt.
You can't even pick them up. Maggie wants to injure
Dragon.
people.
Okay, 6 left.
This
This
part of
music gives me
music's so
heart
good.
palpitations.
It is weirdly anxiety-inducing.
Yeah.
This fish?
It's because it's slightly off key and stuff. It's really weird.
I feel like we should get one of the like really trippy post processes in any second now, because it's just like it feels like it's
Yeah.
descending into some form of nightmare.
Are the bear traps litter?
No,
No,
Oh.
Maggie's just dodging around.
They're just bear traps.
they're decoys.
If you look at litter and it lights up, then it's litter.
Okay, that makes sense.
Okay, there's 5 left.
I haven't found anything in ages.
Oh, there's a butterfly.
Where's it all hiding? There is a butterfly.
Where's
What?
that butterfly come from?
Someone put a butterfly particle effect in. I think it's probably
Ooh.
Lucy.
Oh, his.
I actually didn't. That wasn't me.
Really?
I
So
I
what,
just put the fish. I put the fish in.
I put butterflies in.
Wow,
they look really cool.
that's cool. I'd never seen those
Nice.
before.
No, me neither.
It's the joys of Crayta. You find something new every day.
Okay, but could we be finding the pickups
Yeah.
now?
Oh,
Where
this is
are
terrible.
they?
Oh god, I'm stuck in a tree. Hang on, there we go. I have to say, I'm personally not a fan of first-person camera because it makes me a bit vommy.
How do
My
we get out of the
personal-
castle?
Jump off it.
There's ham on. Oh, someone went in, but now I can't get in, and now I'm stuck in the drawbridge.
Oh my god,
Yeah.
I did that earlier.
Up again.
Oh,
we go.
thank you.
Oh, you got trapped between the drawbridge and the door.
Yeah.
Yeah, it was kind of awkward.
That's awkward.
Okay, we may have to accept that we failed this round
Oh no.
Oh
over the next minute and a
Where
half.
are they?
no, never accept.
I noticed someone blocked in the wizard tower, and there were a couple of spawns at the bottom of that.
Oh.
Oh, that
So,
definitely wasn't
maybe an
me.
impossible one.
Hmm.
Okay, yeah, that's probably where they are then.
Okay, well, in 1 minute, the music should stop being horrible.
Oh, I found one. I found 2.
Oh, what?
Where?
What? Where?
They were like on this little platform at the back of this. There were just 2 on there. Okay, 3 left. Now it's
I
getting
think
really
these ones will
intense.
be underneath the tower.
No one put any in a moat, right?
I don't
I
know.
don't think so.
Slock
Well,
just
then
seems
you
to be
can't-
appearing in really random places. Like in the moat.
Have we checked the maze thoroughly?
I don't know.
I thought I went round the maze, but
I'm pretty
perhaps
sure.
I didn't.
There's also some petals in here. Sean, you went bananas.
I went.
You just
I
put them
don't have
all
a
in.
joke. I don't have a joke.
I love that you tried before you realised.
Oh,
Okay, 15 seconds, and then we
are
can
there
just
any behind the
end
maze?
this.
We can be freed from this nightmare.
This is horrible.
Adam, what have you done?
It's chat's fault. I mean, it's not even
No,
chat's fault. You suggested.
I think
this,
it was
Rez.
well, I suggested different music. Hey, but at least I won. Cool.
Yay!
Okay, well, I think that's enough of that. So we'll call that an end there. So thank you very much, you guys, for joining in. So yeah, thanks again, and I will catch up with you guys a little bit later.
I'm gonna keep playing.
Yeah, you guys can keep playing. You'll be on mute. You'll be on mute, so don't worry. Okay. Cool. Okay, so hopefully that's been an enjoyable stream for everybody. I know we had quite a lot of fun making that, and I hope that was just as much fun for you guys to watch. So as always, do make sure you subscribe to us here on YouTube. We have all sorts of, as I say, all sorts of content planned. Quite an exciting few weeks coming up, obviously, with our launch this summer. So if you are interested in more information, then do also join our Discord. We have all sorts of sort of various channels there where you can ask your questions, and we try our best to be as active as possible. So yeah, brilliant. Thank you everybody for joining. Thanks again for the mods who have been helping out, answering all your questions. It's been quite another busy stream, which is good. We'll be back next week with a couple more game creation streams. We'll be exploring our adventure starter game, which is a really nice one that I know a lot of people are asking about, that sort of thing. So if that style of game sounds interesting to you, then do make sure, as I say, subscribe and join in with us when we're back in the next stream next Tuesday. So brilliant. Thanks again, everybody, and we'll see you in the next stream.